welcome to my channel. My name is Jody Smith, aka Magic Mountain Mama, and this, quite honest, is a channel that centers around my fucking existence, right? Obviously, but more detailed than that. It focuses on the spirituality of my life and the ways in which I'm breaking out of this fucking matrix. Because let's be real, the matrix is a very real thing, right? The matrix is a very real thing, and I think certain people would have you believe that you're crazy for thinking that the matrix is real, and not just thinking it, but like knowing that the matrix is real. Um, so yeah, I could not go to sleep last night. I ended up going to sleep at like maybe like 4 or something in the morning, right? And honestly, it was because I had so many different downloads. Like I had gone to sleep with my son. I put him down to bed at a certain time, and then like I woke up at like 1 o'clock. Woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, my husband fell asleep on the couch, and so I moved him into the bed. And then like I just came out, and like I had these fucking downloads, and the downloads were about superpowers and the way that we perceive them, right? So for so many people, superpowers are this like blatant, ostentatious thing, right? Like you know how to fly, or you know how to, you're strong enough to like crunch trains together, or like whatever the situation is, right? But I think what's really important to understand is like superpowers are things that have been a part of you for so long. They've been a part of you since birth. Your superpowers are not going to be this ostentatious show of like all of a sudden you can do this, right? Like, no, your superpowers are something or a group of things or gifts or abilities that you've had since birth, that you've been using since birth, but because you did not have awareness of what the superpower was, it was subtle. It was a subtle energy, right? A subtle energy within your body. So because it was always a subtle energy, and it's not something that you understood to be the key to unlocking, your existence on this planet, you kind of just you use it at the capacity or vibration of the environment around you, right? So like school, work, all these places that are energy suckers or energy drainers that don't really help us find ourselves or help us to ascend, right? And again, 3 o'clock in the morning, I was having this crazy, just existential, metaphysical, supernatural urge to like explain superpowers to people, because it's something that for so long, again, the media is going to take something, twist it, pervert it, or do whatever they can to confuse you, right? To kind of veil the true meaning that underlies. Yeah. So, like, think about something that you've been able to do forever, right? Think of something that really has been just like a part of your world, right? And it's something, maybe it's hyper specific, right? Maybe it's hyper specific, and it's like you, I don't know, like you always know when it's gonna rain, like, or you have a way of controlling the weather, right? Or you have a way of knowing things that you couldn't possibly know without having previous context, or like certain things that are a thread, like a common thread in your life, not like one-off occurrences, but I mean like something that like is a part of you and that you do, and like because like people don't won't quantify it, you don't mention it, right? Like think of things like that. And like you may have your own, experience. I only know my experience. I know that for my entire life, I've been able to do a very expansive list of things and be very good at it, right? Even in like the 3D sense of things, like being really, really good at existing and like being who I am, right? And doing things in my way, and understanding there is a very specific spiritual calling that I have to fulfill. And it's funny because as I'm saying this right now, like my birthday just popped up on the screen talking about what I have to fulfill. Anywho, I have such a specific niche and it's such a specific, you know, there is a place spiritually for me to perform my roles and my duties. And the more I tune into this thing, this urge, this space, this niche, the more I align with it, the bigger that niche gets and it expands and evolves as I expand and evolve, right? So, bringing it all home, your superpowers are real. Your superpowers are so real, in fact, that this vibration, this 3D matrix that we're in, right? This real tangible world that we exist in, either has a hard time registering it and will try to reboot your situation as many times as it needs to in order for you to fit in a matrix, or you start to find, like, you start to learn how to walk with this shit, right? And then you start to find ways to move about the matrix that is not on a map, if that makes sense. Like, there's no blueprint. Like, I don't know, the word blueprint has been coming up a lot for me recently. Like, so much so that a previous client of mine asked me if I was dream walking, and if I dream walked into one of her dreams. I'm like, that I don't do. I don't do that because at this level of my spirituality, I think of it as like trespassing. And I wouldn't want someone just like all the my shit, like in my dreams, like watching me. So that's not something I do, right? Like, I'm not gonna concentrate on one person and then like, try to get into someone's mind space. I think, part of my integrity and part of like how I run my business is, I think that lacks integrity to like jump into people's dreams, right? To insert yourself, whether you're a high priestess or whatever your spiritual role, right? Respect is respect. And I think that delving into someone else's mind space without their permission is absolutely heinous. I really do. And because I've been allowed to walk into so many people's mind spaces, like, I understand the depth of why that's so it's so personal and it's so sacred. Like, you just don't walk into people's minds. Anywho, tangent. So yeah, like, back to the superpower thing. Even that, like, let's actually talk about that. So one of my superpowers is that I'm able to walk through people's minds. Period. Like, always have been, always knew it. I always looked at psychics like, oh my god, I wish I was psychic, right? Like, having the That's So Raven and the like Miss Cleo archetype, which I very much vibe with, just like the aesthetics of both, the values of Raven and like, not Miss Cleo and her wanting to get over on people. But just like having like these black women examples of spirituality that like very closely relates to my own, right? Or like, I'm like looking at my stuff, looking at them, looking at my stuff, looking at them. I'm like, oh, like, I see my influence, right? Or my influences. This message is brought to you by my downstairs neighbor who trades and barters me for shrooms and like weed. Like, we do a barter system, going back to the roots. So yeah, anywho, I can't remember what we were talking about before because I know it was superpowers, but I can't remember the specific thought because I just smoked some weed. But moving on with superpowers, like, my superpower is that I am able to walk through people's mind spaces, right? And my specific power, a very specific power, and in cooperation with the medicine, right? In cooperation with psilocybin and the great mother teacher plants, right? Plant medicines. I'm able to walk through people's minds and not just walk through like a looky loo, right? And again, this is with their permission, but I'm able to walk through people's minds and walk through their traumatic experiences, right? Or walk through their their battles, right? Like I can visually see their battles. And it's a trip because it's so comfortable for me. It's it's so comfortable for me because I understand like the grand design of this plan. Not fully, obviously, because no one is granted that level of access. Only, in my belief, source is the one that has that info because like not everybody needs that shit. Um, but yeah, like I think that my gift of being able to mind walk and literally I've been saying certain things and like it makes sense like why I speak a certain way and why I say certain things. But I remember vividly telling my partner one day, like, I am willing to walk with you through your darkness, right? Especially this was on like a mental health level. I'm willing to walk with you through your darkness into the light, right? And at the time that I said that, I didn't even understand fully like what your superpower is. Like you just said it out loud, right? But because I didn't know the intensity of what I meant by that, like spirit was basically like, "Oh, you think you know, right? You think you know how willing you are to walk through someone's darkness." And then like not, 6 months later, I was helping facilitate not bullshit. I wasn't helping facilitate shit. I was facilitating psilocybin mushroom therapy guidance to people in the spiritual realm, right? Like I wasn't helping shit. I was doing the actual thing. Um, and we'll get into the reason why I'm annoyed, either in this video or another one. But essentially, I was helping people walk through the spiritual realm by walking through their minds and helping them out of the dark. And like that's my world. Like I walk in it. I walk in it. I walk in it. I walk in it. And it's so comfortable for me because I understand now it's comfortable for me. It wasn't always comfortable for me because at first I was like, what the fuck is going on? And not in the like, I don't know what's going on way, but like, I can't believe like this is what this is it. This is the thing. Like this is the place. Um, for those that know. Like if you know, you know. If you don't, call me for a session. But um, yeah, like part of my gift is discovering my gifts, right? Part of my gift is the discovery of my gifts. Like as I discover my gifts, each one, every single time I discover a new gift, I'm able to teach someone else like, okay, I just did this. Like this is how you discover your gift. Like I like the superpowers are endless, right? Another one of my superpowers is the fact that like I pass on information. Like I want everyone to heal. I literally want everyone to heal because I want everyone to know the truth that I know and the hope. Not hope, not even fucking hope. Hope is, praying and not knowing. Like I know. Like knowing the life that exists for us in a very short amount of time. Like people think that a lot of the spiritual shit is happening like later on. No, it's happening right now, right? If we know anything about time, we know that all things are happening at this moment, right? So there's so many things swirling and conspiring for this like new earth to be like here right now. And it's just like dope to ride this ride because when you ride this ride with purity and integrity and in authenticity, that's gonna be my new tagline: purity, integrity, and authenticity. Purity is not a great word because like purity for me has like a patriarchal connotation. Um, so we'll find a new word for that. But yeah, like that's my fucking rant on superpowers. And it's not even a full one. Like this is just like a rambling, just to get it out, just to fucking get it out. Um, but you know what? Going back to why I had the attitude, right? Months and months ago, last year, I was assisting someone. At the time, I thought I was assisting. I thought it was a mentor. I thought it was someone that had integrity and was like so down for it. But basically, this person, you know, brought me into the world of shamanism, right? And it was an incredible experience. I was able to, for those of you that know, like I was able to start working in the spiritual realm and follow my path and kind of get past life information that really makes sense for me or made sense for me at the time. And we helped so many people through the spiritual realm, and I was just so happy to be doing it, and it was in such genuine nature, like to be helping these people, like just amazing, right? I'm just happy to be here. Until like shit started smelling, right? Shit started smelling, and it was like there was a lack of integrity in the air, and there was an ego pursuit, that was so clear, that was exhibited by the person that was running it, right? And like just like this entity of greed, and spirit told me to leap, and I fucking leapt. Like, to be quite honest, and it was 1717 as I said that, on the clock, as people say. But yeah, like it was a crazy experience, and I'm gonna go into it in depth because I think for so long I wasn't talking about it because I didn't know how to talk about it, right? I didn't know how to encapsulate such a complex fucking experience because this was deep, right? This was deep in the spiritual realm, and like when you commit acts of just bullshit acts in the spiritual realm, like, oh my god, that shit comes back. That shit comes back to people, and people think that the Most High is playing out in these streets, and he's not. She's not. They're not. Whoever, it's Iram, which is more backwards. Shout out to my client Shayna. Um, but yeah, back on point, right? So I was doing this work, and I was loving it, right? I was loving the work that I was doing, and again, just to be able to help people. Even to this day, I'm still friends with all of these people because they're just amazing souls who have gone through so much to heal themselves and to work on themselves and to like get on the spiritual path, right? In their own pace, in their own timing, and in their own way, right? Just to be able to see their growth in real time, like I get so excited. I get so excited about all of the people that I've helped and my clients, and just I'm so thankful to be doing what I'm doing. But this person took so much money from the people they loved, right? They took so much money in exchange for these ceremonies, and in order to sell manifestation and sell greed and just sell just so much bullshit, right? And it's no wonder, like, spirit called me to make a product called Bullshit Be Gone, right? Shameless plug because Magic Mountain Mama LLC has products, right? But I created, and it's gonna be backwards because like we're on front camera mode, but it's called Bullshit Be Gone, and it's a spiritual cleansing spray. But like I fucking created that spray, and it was like all of a sudden, it was right before I really started working with them, right? Or like maybe it was after the first session. But like the fact that spirit would have me make a spray called Bullshit Be Gone, and then within months the bullshit was gone because I had walked away, right? Like, just there's so many things about this path that are everything serves its purpose, right? And one of my last sessions with a client, I had a sacred session, which is a psilocybin therapy, session, like how at your girl. But in one of my last sessions, like my client just, man, shout out to my client, man. Shout out to my client. And I'm still playing around with like the whole confidentiality thing because people's journeys are very private. And so like sometimes I'll say a name, sometimes I won't. Like I'm just I'm figuring this shit out. But anywho, I forgot what the fuck I was saying. But anywho, I love my client. She is spiritually ready. What the fuck was I saying? Who cares? Who cares? Lost track of thought. This is real. This is a real fucking. It's not even a vlog. It's just a real fucking real deal. Real deal Holyfield right here. I have ADHD also. So, hi people. Hi fam. Anywho, working in the spiritual realm is no fucking joke. Like, the integrity that you're supposed to have in this work is supposed to be a fucking one, right? And if it's not, that's fine. It's fine if it's not A1, but also like you have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to be vulnerable, drop the ego, and actually heal from certain shit. And then you get certain keys, and then you ascend, right? When you start doing shit, when you start making it about you, when you start becoming, you know, just egotistical in like this God complex type of way, like Spirit ain't having that. Quite frankly, that's what Spirit told me to say. Spirit ain't having that. And when I say Spirit told me to say that, it's because all of a sudden a certain voice will pop up in my head and be like, boo, like again, my client, shout out to my client. Like she validated something that for so long I knew to be true about myself, but I didn't like, I was like, is this it for real? But like she validated the way that I talk to my ancestors and the way that they respond back to me. And because like during the end of her session, her ancestors were popping off, and it was like the funniest thing. Like I kid you not. Like we recorded the session and everything, and it's just like it's like a movie. It's such a beautiful thing. But like it confirms to me the way that my ancestors talk to me, and it's like sometimes when I'm like out, especially if I'm like intoxicated, right? My ancestors come out when I'm intoxicated, and I didn't realize that. They come out when I'm sober also, but like they really pop off when I'm intoxicated. But like sometimes I'll just get a voice, or I'll be minding my fucking business, cleaning. You know, some people don't even have an inner voice. I learned that last year. I have several voices in my head, right? And in a way where it's just like commentary, like the peanut gallery, right? And again, my client confirmed this because like during her session, like her ancestors have been trying to get out for so long, and like they just, you know, wanted, it was time for her to hear them, right? And so when the floodgates were finally open, it was just like and it confirmed to me like, oh, like okay, because you know I'm still on my spiritual journey too, right? In no way, shape, or form do I ever portray to be the master of anything. Like no, that's an egotistical thing. Like a true teacher understands that they're always a student, right? So like I'm always learning about my spiritual path and like how my ancestors connect with me, and I'd always known this shit, but like after seeing her session, like it just validated so much. And I appreciate all of the people that I've helped, because it's like, as they know, it's like a cyclical thing, it's an energetical thing, and just because I'm helping them does not mean they're not helping me. Like it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of this, because it's a miracle that I'm even on here for this long. Like Spirit's been telling me to record these videos, and I've been making it so hard. I've been making it so hard. But shit, here we go. We got a 24-hour video. Yeah, fucking right. We got a 24-minute video. Yes, we do. We got a 24-minute video, and it was probably a fucking rant, but like, whatever. Welcome to my brain. Welcome to my fucking brain. Like, I posted the other day like how you're supposed to be authentic, right? But in this like social media produced society, like y'all little influencers make it seem like every part of life is supposed to be produced and perfect, and like it's the mind fuck. It really is. But Spirit said fuck all that. Like stop being scared. Like be authentic. And this is what you get. And this is what the fuck you get. You get my beautiful ass house, right? You get herbs. You get me not looking at the camera. I'm looking at myself right now. It's giving real. It's giving, I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. Hello. It's giving coffee. It's giving Mike a right dead center in the fucking camera. And it's giving construction in the background. It's giving real life. It's giving my altar. It's giving I need to fucking put these candles on because yeah, I was supposed to light those candles again when I woke up, but I didn't. You know, safety first. I didn't want the house to blow down, burn down. Anywho, y'all, this has been a video. This has been a video. Ways to connect with me: Instagram at Magic Melanin Mama, TikTok at Magic Melanin Mama, Facebook at Magic Melanin Mama LLC, I think. And of course, magicmelaninmama.com. If you'd like to join my coaching program, the Matrix Mindset Metamorphosis coaching coaching deprogram, because we are deprogramming you from the Matrix. Feel free to hit my website. If you'd like to get my free ebook called The Real Ass Guide to Co-Creating Your Reality, head to magicmelaninmama.com, wait for the pop-up, submit your email, and get that ebook for free $99. Free $99. To book a yoga session with me, to book a sacred session. If you need some healing and you're ready to either begin your spiritual journey or to just be directed on your spiritual journey, right? With myself, along with spiritual teams on both sides, you know, my side and your side. Feel free to go learn about sacred sessions in the Dragon's Den on magicmelaninmama.com. But yeah, y'all, that's it. I think I'm really proud of myself for like making a fucking video, because again, things are hard until they're not. Like, we make things hard, right? We make things when they don't have to be. I wanted to come off so structured and so like, I know I'm an expert about this, but like, bitch, what the fuck? I'm an expert about shit. I don't have to look a certain way to do that. So yeah, I hope everybody has a good day. We're gonna pull a card because Spirit said that I need to start pulling cards. And I'm looking for, I'll probably edit this part out, or maybe I won't. I'm looking for this book, Cake. If I get good at editing, maybe I can put some music in there. But I probably won't. Okay. So let's not be obnoxious. Is that good? Can y'all still hear me? I'm sure I'm yelling right now. Okay. So we're just gonna pull some cards. This one jumped. Okay, we're gonna pull one more, just to confirm and clarify that one, right? Because sometimes my cards come out like butter. Sometimes I'm squinting at the card. Like, did you move? Did you mean to do that? Or was that me? Right? Gotta get one to clarify. And they fall a certain way. I think that's how I know. Sometimes they'll flip. Once they flip, see? Once they flip, that's how I know. Like Spirit in real time. Call it what you will, but it was on camera, right? Okay, so the first card we have is Fire, right? And it's centering. So I know my ass, and it's backwards because again, I'm on front camera. Deal with it, right? Boom. Centering, Fire. Ooh, and I went to the exact page and then I flipped it. That's crazy. Okay, not crazy, Spirit. It says 2 of Fire, centering. This regally, as the fucking book is in front of the microphone because I moved it. This regally robed woman is spiritually centered in her world. She holds the radiant wisdom of life in her hands. She is powerful. She is the powerful example of living and functioning from one's core point of spirit. She is unwavering faith and self-discipline, unmoved by the illusions of the world around her, regardless of the inner turmoil or chaos that world brings. She is centered in the light of consciousness within the darkness of the world, unshakable and serene. This radiant woman is here to honor the power of light within you and to remind you not to underestimate its influence. You are light, it is your true center. Continue to make time to develop your spiritual practice daily as you dwell within the core of who you truly are and let it expand. You live in the world with genuine power and authority in communion with Source, centered and unmoved by the chaos of the world, baby. If that is not, let me stop. Because if that's not who I am and what we've just discussed, like the summary of what we've just discussed, then I don't know what is. Me personally, I am so centered in my knowledge of myself, right? Know thyself. I'm so centered in that knowledge of what is, that this outer chaos doesn't trigger me like it triggers other people. And that nonchalant behavior triggers people. Whatever. I'm about my Father's work, right? Source. I am about my Father's work. By no means am I religious. I am spiritual, baby. I am of spirit. I am of spirit. And like it looks what it looks like for me, because that's what it's supposed to look like for me. All right, second card out. Crone. Resurrection. Again, it's backward because it's the front facing camera, because I still want to see myself and look at me. Okay, I'll look at you, but I'll look at me first. So yeah, boom. Crone, resurrection. It's a Virgo card. Last card was Taurus, I believe, or Aries. The crone of the seas rises from the ocean's depths, reborn through the dark night of the soul. She embodies heart transformation and resurrection from death into new form. She is pure female being in expression, companion of the underworld, renewed and resurrected through massive emotional change. The sea crone appears during powerful times of release and shift in your life. Let her lead the way through the murky depths of your personal underworld into the resurrection of your heart and expression. Welcome the change and renewal that is upon you. I am going through that right now. I am going through immense change and ascension and leveling up and just ultimate understanding, and a lot of shit is happening in very real and amazing ways in my life, right? On a very spiritual aspect, which is about to manifest physically, right? And it's a trip. It's a trip, y'all. Spirit told me to pull one more card because for someone, this third card, because the other two messages like hitting for you, you're like, oh my God, really? Like, is this it? I can't believe. And then like this last card is gonna draw it together. That's what they told me in confidence. Like, Spirit doesn't just give me shit to say. I mean, opposite. I don't just be saying shit. Spirit gives me shit to say. Again, I have ADHD, so chill. Let's see. I'm gonna take my time to shuffle. I feel like a lot of readers on here like shuffle twice when they really want to shuffle like a shit ton of times, because like, they're rushing the video. Like, we gonna wait for this 35-minute video. Remember how we were at 25 and I was like, that's it. So, fire, child, creative spark. So we're gonna find that card or that page. So y'all saw it, right? The child of fire is the creative spark, the inner flame that is the essence of inspiration and creation that exists within every living thing. All aspects of her being are ignited with this creative force. Let this child's fiery spirit illuminate your inner spark of creativity that has been waiting since your conception, like your superpowers, right? Let me repeat that shit. Let this child's fiery spirit illuminate your inner spark of creativity that has been waiting since your conception to come to full blazing expression. The fire child is here to assist you in allowing your deepest creative essence be inspired and activated by her joyous, all-consuming flame. Let your inner child creative spark ignite your soul fire, that it may blaze forth into your life and bring the fulfillment you deserve. That's me. That's you. And that's just that on that. Like I said, magicmelaninmama.com, Magic Melanin Mama, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and have a beautiful day.